Hello and welcome to Money Matters. These days when people shop for clothes, they tend to only look at style, color, and fit. Often, quality and tailoring is overlooked, resulting in an outfit that could easily tear or quickly wear out. To prevent this, one local startup has come up with a smart solution to ensure that quality is top-notch when clothes leave the production line.
Clothing once had a utility, keeping us cool in the summer and warm in the winter. But as consumers became wealthier and clothing cheaper, demand for stylish outfits has been on the rise. This fast fashion trend has resulted in more orders for textile factories.
Quantity per order is actually smaller now, but the variety is up. Production cycles used to be in the months, but now it's by weeks or even days. Factories are always competing against time.
In the fast fashion culture, brands now launch co-brands, seasonal as well as limited edition products. A staggering variety has expanded consumer choices, but the quantity available is very limited. This has put extra pressure on factory lines, which face a higher chance of making mistakes, affecting their reputation and profit.
If we need to fix them, we must repurchase a certain minimum amount of new textiles, even if it involves only a small batch. And to avoid delay, we may need to ship by air, not by sea, which could be troublesome.
In light of the competition in the industry, Peter Lee, who has an IT background, founded his textile startup 2 years ago. Because textile production involves complicated steps, Peter decided to start solving problems at the source.
Usually we take a few photos at different angles and then upload to the cloud.
Our
AI tailor within 20 seconds can analyze different parts and find out if there are problems in the production process.
Before starting production, workers will use their smartphone camera and snap 6 photos of the sample and upload to the cloud drive. Artificial intelligence takes over from there. The AI system then points out particular difficulties in the production process and marks them in red, so workers can focus on the particular problem.
The collar and the sleeve during sewing, if workers do not leave enough fabric, when it becomes a product, when the front and the back are sewn together, they will not come together then. It cannot be sewn.
When capturing the photos, they must also pay attention to the sample, whether certain parts are folded. The AI system may not detect a folded sleeve on a long sleeve shirt and mistake it for a short sleeve. Peter has been collecting data from various production lines around the world to build up some big data and provide training for the AI system.
They may be shirts, dresses, and pants. Factories provide many years of data to see where the problems may be. Our AI tailor will learn from a single order or a single design. AI tailors based on our big data can learn the problems and eventually achieve our quality control requirements.
For now, the AI system can only analyze basic designs. The AI system has problems scanning items with complicated designs, such as jackets and pants with multiple zippers and cuttings. The constantly changing market demand in recent years means a shortened production cycle, from every 6 months to just a couple of weeks. The emergence of AI can help prevent errors that can cost factories a whole batch of orders that would then have to be reproduced. They can finish difficult tasks to meet much tighter deadlines with fewer quality issues.
Quality control involves various steps: checking, packaging, and ironing. While there may not be any problems with production and the fabric, the measurement and packaging could go wrong. Measuring takes the most time.
Peter's partner Ted Wu used to be in the textile industry. He says about 20% of each batch of orders must go through quality control checks. Each item requires checking in 20 to 30 places. A simple shirt takes more than 2 minutes to check the measurements. This special tape measures different parts of a shirt, a whole minute faster than a conventional measuring device.
When
we receive the measurements from a client, we upload it to the cloud drive. Each measurement technician uses a tablet to download the correct measurements, and then use the tablet as a ruler to check the product.
Smart rulers or tape measures can upload the measured numbers via a Bluetooth signal, not just saving time but also reducing the chance of human error. Measurement errors are marked in red. The device improves accuracy and durability. There are now 2 sensors versus just 1 in its first generation. Accuracy is now to within 1 millimeter. They deploy upgrades all along the production line.
The wheel or gear can measure the distance when the tape is pulled or retracted with some margin of error. It's mechanical, so after tens of thousands times of use, the axle would separate a little due to its wear and tear.
The new version has an additional sensor, upgrading accuracy to within 0.5 millimeters. The mechanical drive has been replaced with an optical drive to improve durability and response time.
Optical is electronic with much lower wear, so it's more durable. Some customers pull out the tape faster, so we need to keep up with them. The old device cannot respond so fast, but an optical one can catch up with the required response time.
The user interface has multiple buttons. These 4 on the left are up, down, left, and right. The green one switches measuring units. The blue is for accumulated measurements. The remaining 2 buttons allow the user to configure their use.
Back and forth, we've tried this 200 times. Each person can save 1 minute each time. That's 200 minutes saved for 200 pieces.
In 2019, the fashion, clothing, and apparel industry had a total market value of $2.5 trillion. But the COVID pandemic has dealt an unprecedented blow to the industry since early 2020. The industry has had to think of new ways to cut costs and improve efficiency. Introducing new tech and AI in various steps of the production process may save jobs in the long run and ensure the survival of the factories.
Boeing 737 MAX resumed passenger flights in the US for the first time after a 20-month safety ban was lifted in November. American Airlines Flight 718 departed Miami-bound for New York's LaGuardia. AA and Boeing have sought to reassure the public over the plane's safety. A recent poll shows more than half of the passengers are wary of taking the jet when reminded of 2 fatal crashes killing 346 people that led to the grounding. The grounding ended after Boeing agreed to software upgrades and new safeguards on a key flight control system linked to both fatal crashes. American is the 3rd carrier globally to resume flights. It currently has 31 MAX aircraft after taking delivery of 7 more jets and plans to gradually reintroduce the plane to its fleet. European Union nations have unanimously approved the post-Brexit trade deal with Britain, a prerequisite for the agreement to take effect. Germany, which held the EU presidency, said the decision came during a meeting of EU ambassadors. The OK had been expected ever since the deal was announced, and all EU leaders warmly welcomed it. It still needs approval from the EU's legislature, expected in February. The House of Commons approved the deal on December 30th. A top British official said there will be bumpy moments for businesses ahead despite the deal. China's market regulator is conducting an anti-monopoly investigation of e-commerce giant Alibaba Group. The move steps up the ruling Communist Party's effort to control fast-growing tech industries. The market regulator says it is looking into Alibaba's policy of choose one of two that forces business partners to not deal with Alibaba competitors. Chinese leaders have said anti-monopoly enforcement will be a priority in 2021. In November, regulators suspended the planned stock market debut of Ant Group, an online finance platform spun off from Alibaba. Internet companies in the US face similar scrutiny. The 11th Financial and Economic Forum Hong Kong was held in Shenzhen, with over 300 guests discussing the new economy. Experts say global economic growth now needs new sources of stimulus under the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is increasingly relying on new technologies and new business formats represented by information technology and the internet.
When Money Matters returns, more smart solutions for everyday living. Stay with us. Welcome back to Money Matters. Buying a home is a dream for many Hong Kong people. On top of the price tag, they may spend millions on decorations and renovation. Some homeowners today have opted to use smart devices to improve their living experience. Reporter Alice Khan found a few smart homes that can be turned into gaming or entertainment centers, complete with robots. Julian Lee is on his way home, but his air conditioning and lights are already on when he's still 200 meters away.
Geofencing has been triggered, which means that it's based on my phone's GPS location. I'm within the distance that I'd previously set to actually turn everything on. So today it's a bit cooler, so it's not really that important, but like in the middle of summer, turning on the air conditioner early before I get home is actually makes it a lot more convenient and it's a lot more comfortable as well.
Julian has set up a home automation system with a smart device called AmbiClimate that controls the environment inside his flat.
The temperature will adjust after I come back. So let's say, if it's just that today is very cool, so there's no active cooling needed. Ambi would adjust the air conditioner to keep you comfortable. Actually, yeah, as you can see, so right now that the AmbiClimate has set the settings to about 30 degrees on the air conditioner.
The device is programmed to use artificial intelligence.
This AI system for this product, actually it takes about 1 to 2 weeks to learn your comfort. So what is involved in learning comfort is you just tell it how you feel right now. You give it feedback and you tell it if you're feeling hot right now, or if you're feeling cold, or if you're feeling comfortable.
Julian is a tech-savvy guy. He's turned his flat into a smart home for convenience.
Over the last maybe, I guess, sort of 10 years or so, seeing the products come into the market where you can quite easily and relatively inexpensively sort of, automate your home in that sense. It's just something that I found kind of fun.
He doesn't cook much, so he relies on another smart home device to help him out.
For example, if I'm cooking, like right now, and my hands are going to be dirty from or messy, and I don't want to touch the screen, I can just use my voice. Hey Google, show me a recipe for salads with carrots and tomatoes and lemon.
Here are some recipes I found.
Show me the first one. Start cooking.
There are 7 steps. First step, chop the tomato into 12 to 16 wedges. Add to salad bowl.
He also integrates all his smart devices throughout his home into a single system. Even if they're different brands, they can be controlled using the same system.
But I guess now with the Google Home, it's really convenient because actually you can just through one interface, so you can just with one tap you can control all the lights to set them into the same color as well. Or let's say a gold color, like a green or a blue or a purple.
This property developer has set up a laboratory to provide smart solutions for the home. Andrew Young of Sino Group says the kind of human technology integration in most programs makes life easier and convenient for those who are not tech-savvy.
Right now, we can see appliances that talk to the control system. So when I'm baking a bread, I can tell the system, say, prepare the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, and it's done. When it's done, the system will tell you, oven's ready. So I put the dough into the oven.
Andrew is working with startup companies on smart home devices. One of them is a smart mirror.
We've been experimenting with a smart mirror in our bathroom. Basically, when you wake up, you go into the bathroom and look at the mirror, and it will tell you the news, the temperature coming through, whether Dow Jones has rise or fallen last night, and what you should look out for. And when you brush your teeth, it actually seamlessly tell you you're not brushing enough, or how many cups of water have you drank that day. These are what we call connected devices, but it makes it convenient because bathroom is one room in the house, so we all spend quite a bit of time, early morning.
He's also working on smart locks.
This system is programmed to suit my requirements. So when I key in my particular user number, I like my room to have curtains open, the lights comes on, the TV comes on. See, it follows my command, and the curtains open, all the lights are on, the TV's on, the aroma machine is on, and the blind has opened. I can see external view.
To save electricity and money, if a cleaner or helper uses the code, the room is programmed to set a different temperature, and only a few lights will turn on. The TV stays off.
Andrew, how do we make this wall more interesting?
We can create a lot of different ambient in our home by using technology. For example, if we look at this color wall, which is a simple, normal color, and I can use the apps to change to give a different pattern. So for example, I can pick a different pattern or a different darker lighting, and that gives me a different ambient to suit. And at the same time, I can use the wall as an entertainment system. Would you like to join me for a game? Please join me for a game that we've done with a projection system at home, is so we can use a multiple function of the same projection system that we can showcase. Apart from just being a projection system that projects an image onto a wall or a lighting, different ambient lighting to give us a different feeling.
The projector can also change the color of marble tabletops. Andrew says no smart home is complete without a robot.
Alice, would you like a drink?
Yes, please.
I'll ask Timmy to deliver us some drinks. Timmy, can we have some drinks, please? So as you can see, robots are coming down in prices and are of very good value. A simple robot has a very good human interface and can be blended into our domestic living, can help us deliver drinks, but we can also use it to interact with the outside world using Zoom, using communication software. It can also play music and entertain us. Robot will be part of a living in future home.
Hey, Timmy, follow me.
The robot can follow the homeowner everywhere in the flat, awaiting commands. And if you don't want to use curtains or blinds for privacy or sunlight, you can opt for a smart window. This means you don't need to look out the window to check the weather outside.
We use a smart film system, and the film system can provide privacy for our daily living. We can turn window into opaque window. At the same time, it shields away some of the sunlight and provide a better energy efficient window system for us. And at the same time, it can provide much needed information such as weather information.
These days, even the latest smart products are within the renovation budgets of most homeowners.
A panda in a Russian zoo recently seen here trying to wrestle a snowman to the ground seems to relish the frigid climate of Siberia. He's playing outside because it's colder inside his enclosure. Lucky for him, the snowman doesn't fight back. Not so lucky for the snowman. We think the panda was just trying to break the ice. Chinese pandas have cracked the problem of a cold winter: poop. Now, don't make a stink or anything, but researchers at this center in panda country say they're serious. They've recorded numerous sightings like these, where pandas have rolled wild for horse poop. It's like the new bamboo, the odor de toilette of pandas. They've displayed a sort of poophoria for the stuff, wiping it all over their fur so deliriously they've given the toilet paper companies pause. Researchers narrowed it down to one reason: a protein in the horse manure that helps the pandas fight the cold. And that's no joke. Talk about pandering to one's senses. If you think that story smells a bit fishy, then you're in good company here at University College London, where the science people are in search of scents. Smelly stuff, even aiming to bring some historic ones back to life. The first step is to sniff. The €2.8 million project aims to capture past smells of Europe as part of our cultural heritage. It's called Odoropa. Now say that wearing a face mask. Meanwhile, the Cambridge Museum of Technology occupies what was once a 19th century Victorian sewer built in 1894. This lecturer and man who likes working in the gutter says there are thousands of smells the world has lost down through the years. He obviously has no children. He says today's museums have lots to say about stuff, but nothing about the smells of the past. Smell has evolved over the years. Take tobacco. In the 16th century, it was an exotic smell, new and associated with all kinds of medical benefits. In the 17th century, it was a feature of everyday life in taverns. By the 20th century, tobacco smoke was treated like airborne cancer. Some may assume the past didn't smell too good. Are there whiffs of the past still hanging around now? A few. The coronavirus pandemic is coming home to roost in America's backyards. Cooped up at home, people are checking out the chicks of the trade of keeping chickens. Egged on by the isolation, people are raising their own chickens everywhere. It's not a paltry boast, just a poultry one. The birds provide an earthy hobby and a steady supply of fresh eggs for those who crack it. This keeper, and man who just doesn't get the comb-over, says with no foul-ups, it's easy to build your own cage and coop. Keep the kids away from the roosters. They can be a bit aggressive.
That's Money Matters for this week. Next week, tune in for some post-New Year portfolio power with our two stock pickers as they go head-to-head. See you then.